off in the fall. We're getting the 1/2-inch plywood deck on it. Just nailing 4 corners. Easier to wreck everything later. Everything under here, under the plywood, and the plywood comes out after the concrete cures and comes up to strength.
You didn't get me earlier busting up my shins.
Did you fall through?
Yeah.
Did it hurt?
It didn't feel good.
You got any damages?
Oh yeah.
Let me see. What we got? Ooh. Yeah. Don't step through the holes. You'll be alright, right?
Yeah, probably alright.
Tying up number 5 rebar mat. Doing all right.
Get her working, because the other videos, it shows that she's just sitting around.
All right, well, we got one. Hey, we got one working now. Tying some rebar. Tying number 5, 12 inches on center, both ways. 2-way slab. Get this poured next Saturday. Put plastic on the BC plywood underneath. A couple reasons. It'll be easy to get the plywood out, give a nice smooth slick ceiling when we wreck it, and also keep the rain off of it, because this BC will warp like crazy. We only have one nail in each corner on the plywood, so if it gets wet, dries out, it'll be all over the place, warped. Getting our pressure treated sill plate on. Lumber package will be here next Monday, so we're gonna go ahead and get our sill plate on, get our floor joist layout on, everything ready to go for when the lumber package shows up. And we're using window door expansion foam for our sill sealer. I think this works much better than the rolled sill sealer you use. Never seals everything good and tight. This here will expand and fill every hump and bump, crevice, airtight. Is that right, Clemmy? Peace.
Come on. That's breaking. Or not. I think I'm right in that crack.
There, Doug. Andrew.
Holding the wall
What's
up.
up?
That's your job.
Throwing a little tap column in there. Hold the bottom plate.
What? Did it break?
Now that crack where you guys cut the...
Oh, yeah. Saw cut.
Yeah.
To hide the saw cut with the wall. We go, Clemmy. 2x6 plumbing wall.
2x6 plumbing wall, yeah. Stud.
36-inch door. 38-inch RO. 16.
38-inch RO when it's not on the ground anymore.
610 header height.
So the lumber took too long to come in. Lumber finally showed up the day it rains.
Inside the plate, outside, inside, outside, inside. Well, these guys started pouring at 8 a.m. Now it's about 1:30. Looks like they're got it slicked out. Just see them driving out of here. All our shoring on the slab held up. No movement, no deflection. Get a couple joints cut tomorrow morning. Form the curbs up, and this will be ready to frame. Floor joist should be here early next week. We'll get a deck on this and start the second level.
And then I got the header. And I cut those for this header. Just sit down. It's 82, so for a standard 6'8", 80 inches tall. 2 inches. Yep. She asked, how do you know what you're doing when you're building these walls? A lot of steps.
Couple years of experience.
Yeah.
You gotta know that when you're building a wall.
I just did earlier. I cut my plates for this wall, fit them in there, and then you lay them out right off, or lay off the blueprints that we already chalked and marked. And then that rough opening that I looked up, we figured out where we wanted this French door here, And I just took it a foot off because this is the operating side. That way you save all the space over here for TV, furniture, and you got like the outside patio and stuff. If this door was right in the middle, you lose all that space on this side and all the space on this side. So you slide it over, you respect yourself more space on one side.
Tyler's back making some cuts.
Try to remove some dementia. It's been a few months since I've done some framing.
You gotta be a better way to do this. They have like pump trucks or something.
It's only a yard.
Yeah, well this whole lot is 1 yard.
What do you think about that, Doug?
No wise.
Yard or the neighbor's yard.
Got fun?
Gotta love concrete days.
They're only 80 pounders.
Yeah, lightweight.
Make it like a workout. Well, it's early April. Doesn't mean it's not gonna frost and freeze, so we got to get the blankets out. April 6th. Cover the curb. Poured today.
With their online symptom checking, I receive expert back insights and next
Tight. Sure you can get that 42 footer all by yourself?
Yeah, it's not too bad.
That makes it a lot easier to do.
You want about a 15-mile-an-hour headwind. Should I pin you against the wall?
Which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates.
Already candidates in the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right.
Ready?
Yeah. Horrible toss.
Try again. That's my left hand. I think the wind got him.
It's alright. It'll work.
Drilling some 1/2-inch Simpson anchor bolts, 6 inches long, in the exterior foundation plates.
More nails. Man, that rain's
Installing the rim board. Some 810, 6 inches on the center. Plate. When the exterior sheeting goes on, it needs to come down past this rim board and be nailed into the sill plate here. Also 6 inches on center for uplift that secures the walls and floor system to the plate, which is bolted down with the 1/2-inch anchor bolts to the foundation.
And he said, you are getting beat up today.
How'd we do, Tyler?
Good.
Got it all
It was
right?
a fight, but it was good.
All right.
When we stepped on those nails, it
Is there nails sticking up? I'll get them.
He said, I'll get them. Angles all swelled outside the saw over there.
Right there, that ain't that bad. That wouldn't make it through my work bands.
His whole shoes swelled up.
Why are you wearing a hard hat, Tyler?
I done took a 2x4 to the noggin.
Standing right under it.
Yeah. Twink.
What are you doing?
I was building headers.
Bearing or non-bearing?
A variety of headers. These are non-load bearing. Going on the, guessing the gable end over there.
Plywood flitch board in there.
Yep. 7/16.
All right.
Good to go.
Ends up 3.5 at the end of the day, doesn't it?
And it does. Yep. And those
Same
will
size
be-
as this here, right?
Yeah, they'll be the same size as those.
That's 82.
Did you get my capris in there?
Nice.
Only real men wear capris. At least that's what they told me. But they still make fun of me.
Ain't got no gas in it.
I know what's wrong with it. It ain't got no gas in it.
Jack stud, king stud, window opening.
Keystone. Keystone light.
16 on center. Stud layout. Pre-cut studs for 9-foot walls.
104.58
104.58.
plus 4.5 gives you your 9-foot ceiling
After drywall.
after drywall.
And drywall clearance at the bottom, at the floor. I think that's 54-inch drywall.
Yeah, we had to get 54s actually. We had to go to drywall supply. Because Lowe's or Home Depot does not carry that.
54-inch.
54s.
What'd you do there? What was that? Why'd you look at that?
It looked pretty cool, I thought.
It looks pretty cool. Crown
Yeah, we got to crown all the boards up so they're all facing the same direction.
so that's how you your walls together.
Do one of these numbers.
So when you nail your walls together on the top and bottom plate, the wall's not got a bow in it when you're
Bowed both directions.
trying to nail it together. That way each end is against the ground. Makes it easier to nail the two pieces together rather than trying to fight that fault.
We painted the deck to keep it weatherproof in case it rains a couple times before we get it framed and dried in. We lay out all the walls prior to framing. It's an inside corner, outside corner. This is one side of a doorway. We lay out all the doorways and windows prior to framing, so we know what our header sizes are. Also write the window sizes down, so when we order windows, we know what we're putting in. Girder truss to carry this portion of the house. These trusses here will turn a different direction. Porch pocket for porch beams to come in, bear on the wall, and go out on posts. And everything's laid out, and then we put a spray sealer on it too. The red won't go away most likely, but some of the blue lines will wash away if they sit too long before we get it framed. So we put spray sealer on all the lines. A little bit wet today, so we decided to work under the deck today, where it's just a little bit of water coming through on us, not much. We're putting in crush blocks today, window headers on these jacks and kings will go down. We'll drill a couple holes in the floor right there, right in between the center of the jacks, so that we know where the crush blocks need to go. After we did that, we dropped a piece of tie wire in there and let it hang up here We dropped a piece of tie wire in there so we could locate all the load points in the basement. Those are in so that the load does not crush this rim board out here. It's only 1.125 inches. And if these loads go from the trusses and roof and snow loads, transfer all the way down across the header onto these jacks and then all the way to the foundation wall. So you have to put crush blocks in to transfer that load from this floor down to the top plate. So we'll go over here and look at a set of blocks they've put in already. There's a window right up above us here. So those window loads get transferred down here onto from the subfloor above. So it's not sitting on that rim board there. Comes down and sits on the sill plate down here. That's the top of concrete foundation wall in the basement here. There's another set right there for a window up there. There's more up in there if you can see them. Underneath every window and door header, you need to get that load transferred all the way to your foundation.